Okay. So once again, good morning, everyone. And yesterday we were discussed up to miscellaneous transactions, right? Miscellaneous transaction we discussed, and we just entered into supplementary transaction discussion, and the session got ended, right? So let's continue. Okay. To do supplementary transaction, we need to have two sub-inventories. Okay. I think so far we have only one sub-inventory. Let's go and see. Set up organizations and sub inventories. This is the navigation to create sub inventories. Okay, fine. So once you are in this form, just click on new. So this form will be open, and here you can enter sub inventory name. So what I'll do is we have storage FG, okay, and some raw material sub inventories, okay, and I'll define raw material MTL. It's not allowing more characters. I'll just give this, okay, material. I'll just give RM, RAM materials, okay, RM sub inventory, RM sub inventory, raw material sub inventory, okay. It's like components. RM is like components, okay, fine. Just save it. This accounts all will be defaulted, okay. So after this, I'll also create one more sub inventory, that is PC FG sub inventory. And even the starting you can keep like organization code, okay. Anyhow, we know like ABC is our prefix, company prefix, okay, that is fine. And again, when you're defining the sub inventories which is under the inventory organization, so you can keep the code itself, so it is easily recognizable. Okay, this sub inventory is under which organization, okay. FG sub inventory, okay. ABB finished finished goods sub inventory. So in this sub inventory, what are like all the manufactured items, finished goods, like the item which is ready for selling. So those items they will be keeping in finished goods sub inventory. Means FG sub inventory. Okay, okay, fine. Just save it. Fine. Two sub inventories we have created. So uh, totally we have three sub inventories now. Okay, just F11, control F11. Okay. First storage we created, then raw material and FG. Okay, fine. Again, it's up to the client how they want to maintain the sub-inventory names. They can maintain like ABB001, ABB002, like that. The sequence also they can maintain. Okay, sub-inventories. So how it looks like sub-inventory in the inventory organization. In the inventory organization. Okay. Yeah. So if you see this one, right? So if you this place, okay. This entire thing is one sub inventory, and this is one sub inventory. And there are you have again rows, racks, okay, everything. Row, rack, bins, everything. If you see these are all okay. So hope you understand. I think earlier also we discussed how it looks like. So inventory organization and everything. Okay, fine. So now let's go on to perform sub-inventory transaction. To perform sub-inventory transaction, just go to the transactions. All inventory related transactions will be there in the transaction menu. Okay, this is like you can say sub menu. This sub menu will contain again functions and again sub menus. Okay, now come to this it's sub inventory transactions. Click on it. So now you select sub inventory transaction. Just press S and tab out, it will come. Okay, and just click on lines, transaction lines. Now you select the item, which item you want to transfer. So I want to transfer the double three item, which is ending with. Okay, it is there in storage sub inventory. So I got a request from like something, some warehouse manager or everything. Okay, now we are moving the quantity from this storage place to some FG place, FG sub inventory with 8 quantity. Okay, only 8 quantity. Sorry, we have to select first ABC storage. Okay, and here A, ABB FG sub inventory. Okay, here it is from sub inventory. This is to sub inventory. Okay, if there are locators are enabled, then it will ask you to enter locator also. Okay, fine. Now come here. So this is something you have to specify the quantity, how much quantity you want to transfer. I'm specifying 8 quantity. Okay, 8 quantity I'm transferring from storage place to FG sub inventory. Okay, fine. That's it. The reason and all it's okay. If you want, you can select. Otherwise it's not needed. So here as per warehouse manager. As per warehouse manager request. So you can say doing this, performing this, anything. So A and B. So the business users will write some reference here. Okay, save it. Once you save it, what will happen? It will transfer the quantity from where it will serve from storage place to FG sub inventory. Okay, fine. See the transaction is done. Close the forms. Now you go and check on hand availability. On hand availability. Okay. Now what I'll do is I'll just specify the item here. Now you tell me how much quantity I can find now. Hmm? So before finding it, so let me explain this detail button. So if you enable this detail button, right? So then it will show you with respect to sub inventory, locator, everything clearly. Okay, with respect to lot numbers, everything it will show you clearly. Okay. If it is not enabled, then so how it will display? So it doesn't matter which sub inventory the items is having. Okay. So it will just show you entire your organization how much quantity it is. Okay. If you just disable this and click on find. Anyhow, when we open the form itself with open with the disable mode only. Okay. When it is in disable and if you find right, the quantity will show you how much quantity is there in ABB like the selected organization. So now earlier it was 38. Now tell me if I find it. How much count it will show you?
38.
30? 30 or 38?
Hello?
Yeah, 30 or
38 showing within the organization.
yeah. If I go and see, this is 38. Okay, 38. So now, if I go and enable this, it will show you clearly which all sub-inventories having a quantity. See, now you have two records. One with 8, another one is 30, right? This is FG and this is storage. Okay. So now I want to find specific to in one sub-inventory. I don't want to this records. In that case, just take this sub-inventory name, go here, click on find and give here sub-inventory name. Okay, tab out and then click on find. See now how much count it show. Now tell me how much count it will show you. Hmm? I'm finding in storage. 30 count it will show you, right? See 30 count because I found it with respect to only one sub-inventory. Okay, with only one sub-inventory I found it. You will be having a such criteria. Okay, fine. So we have performed the transaction. Okay, and this you will select your organization and sub-inventory. Okay, and if you want to show the unhand quantity which is there in the disable sub-inventories, disable locators, right? You can enable this. Okay, you can enable this. And one more thing, when it is disable, like when the quantity is existed, and if you are trying to disable it, it won't allow you to disable. Okay, and the locator, like, this is the locator control sub-inventory. And if you want to see a specific row and rack, how much quantity is existed. Okay, in that case, the locator you can select and the quantity levels, maximum, minimum, and maximum levels. Okay, with this also you can find. So just give me a minute. I'll put the charger. Hope you are not able to hear background noise, right?
Yes, Shiva.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, Shiva.
Yeah, yes, yes, please.
Shiva, what about that quantity AB storage and quantity?
Yeah, it is there here, right? AB storage, 30 count is there.
Earlier total 38 is there, no?
Yeah, earlier it was 38, but what I
Uh,
found here, I'm finding with respect to one sub inventory. If I remove this sub inventory, right, it will show you two, and that is 38. Total is 38. Even if I remove this detail checkbox, it will show you only single row with 38. So it means when I find with this disable mode, right, what will happen is it won't show you your sub inventories. Okay, but if I find with the detail checkbox, it will show you your sub inventory name here. Okay, and again, if you want to find only specific to one sub inventory, you don't need. For example, there are 10 or 20 sub inventories are there. You don't want to see all those sub inventories data. Only a specific sub inventory you need. Okay, you need. So in that case, you can give the sub inventory name over here, sub inventories, okay, sub inventories, and just tab out and find it. So it will show you respect to one sub inventory data. Okay, fine. Now let's go and see material transactions, material transaction. So now if I click on find, how many records I can see? Like how many transaction I can see? Yesterday we performed 3 times miscellaneous receipt, I guess, right? Hmm? So now,
You given today date, na? So you give
today date, with the today date, can anyone guess? Just guess.
like, today transaction one record is
One
finding
record.
that.
Okay, one record. So yesterday what we done? We just increase the quantity, right? Correct. We just increase the quantity. We just remove the quantity. Correct. So what happened here? There is only one sub inventory is involved. Now there are two sub inventories are involved, right? So there will be a one record for removing the quantity, and again there will be another record for increasing the quantity. Even though you perform a single transaction, but you will see two rows. See, you are able to see two rows, right? It is same only, sub-inventory transfer only, the transaction type. So one is for removing -8, and you can see where it is removed. It is removed from this. When this is sub-inventory is here, and if you see minus quantity, it means that it is issue. It's like issued means it is removed. The quantity is removed from the storage, okay, and the quantity is increased in here itself, this place, okay. In FG sub inventory, it is increased. And the next record, it is positive transaction. See, the quantity is increased. From where the quantity is increased? Here, AB storage. Okay, so don't confuse here. So based on this row details and the quantity, how it is it minus or positive quantity, you can decide what transaction it is. Okay, if you see -8 and +8, +8. Plus means it won't show you plus, just 8, some number. Okay, just click on distributions. For positive, it won't be there. For negative, the accounts will be there. Yeah. So if you see, these are all inventory valuation accounts. From where it is defaulting, this account combination. Okay. Where it is defaulting from organization parameters. Okay. It is defaulting from organization parameters, and this is material account. See, 10002 is a material account. Material account. Got it? And if you want to, like, whatever is there in organization level, same sub elements like the material account, material overhead, resource, overhead, expense, all these accounts, right? The 5 cost elements accounts is also default to sub inventory. When you do sub inventory transaction, the same, whatever is there in a sub inventory level, it will default to accounting level. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Now you can see here, this is the unit cost. Okay. Unit cost. 1 unit cost. And this is inventory value. So inventory value is something like For 8 quantity, 8 multiplied by 60,000, it will become 4 lakh 80,000. Okay, 4 lakh 80,000. This is like your inventory value, current inventory value. Okay, it is not again sales price, selling price. It's not a revenue. It's like currently this much of amount you are spent for this 8 quantity. Okay, when the sales happen, it will happen each quantity with maybe more than 60,000, maybe 70 or 80 or 90 or 1 lakh. Okay, got it? Everyone is got it? So we have in real-time concepts, we'll also discuss how to see accounting entries and everything. Okay, fine. Now, if you also want to see, just go to tools and this you will have view accounting screen. Okay, we'll see in real-time concepts that. Okay, so for we have some month-end process. In the month-end process, so we have to run create accounting programs. Okay, collect revenue, cost recognition programs. Okay, so all these programs we have to run, and when you run create accounting cost management, right? So these all accounts, whatever the accounts are material transaction performed, it will transfer to GL, general ledger. Okay, fine. I'll show you the program also now. Just wait. Create accounting. Submit your request, single request. Create accounting. I think the program is not enabled for request group. Okay, request group. Just a second. Security, responsibility. So I think it is all inclusive. Program, create accounting, cost management. Okay, create accounting, cost management. Create accounting, cost management. Now let's go to the view, request. So we have saved it, right? Now let me first check what is the request group of this responsibility. ABC, SI, inventory. It's all inclusive only. Okay, fine. Come down. Thing is not added. Okay, fine. Just let me add it. Program, create accounting, cost management. Create accounting, cost management. Yeah, it is saved now. Let me go and check now. So this program basically during month end, Okay, month end closing, we usually schedule or we usually run. Okay, now you can see this the program. Create accounting, cost management, and here you can select the ledger, what ledger it is, your ABC, right? ABC India ledger, and okay, everything you can select, and there is a, yeah, transfer to GL. Okay, post to GL, all these two you can set it as yes, and you can trigger, and it will post the all material transaction entries to GL. In the GL level, they will do consolidation reports. Okay, that is again totally finance task. Okay, fine. So we don't need to submit now. Let's go and discuss other transaction type. Okay, fine. Again, same. So how many minutes we have? So we have 7 minutes. So let's go and see in backend how we can see these transactions. Okay, in backend. Yesterday we have seen, right? What transaction, like 3 rows we have seen. Which table will hit, and how do you know, how you can find, so this record is related to you, like your transaction you performed, and what is the transaction type, how do we know, we'll see now. So sometimes apps schema we have to utilize. Okay, if the DBA set the app schema right for each and every table, then we have to run with apps. Okay, MTL material, MTL material transactions, transactions. Okay, this table. And how do we find ours related? So our user ID will store in FND users, FND user. So every record here, right? There are some key fields, okay? Created by, updated by, creation date, updation date, last updated date, okay? And so respect to table, respect to the transaction, right? You will see IDs, primary keys, IDs. Maybe in this case, you can say transaction ID. If you query pivot tables like pivot header ID. If you query pivot lines table, pivot line ID. Okay. So like this, IDs. So IDs in front of like respect to what is the table. Okay, it will give. But these, right, these are all in a queue. If you go any table, you will see these four columns. Okay, if you see here, last update date is there, right? Last updated by is there. Okay, you can also updated by this one, right? It's like last updated by. Okay, last update by, creation date is there, right? Created by is there, last updation login, it's okay. Okay, all this are like in a queue, like you will see anywhere. Okay, now I know who is created, like who performed the transaction. So it is created by ABC SEM implementation user, right? So now what you can do is you give here username. You need to get the, so here if you see created by, right, it will store IDs, not the username. Okay, the username, the user ID you can get from FND user table. Username equal to this ABC SEM implementation. Okay. So if you see this is my user ID. Now I'll take this user ID and I'll go here where my user, like where created by. So I have in a queue column, right? Created by. Just take this copy. So where is my user ID? This is my user ID. Take this to here. Now tell me how many rows I can see once I executed this. Tell me how many rows I can see. Hmm?
2 rows.
2 rows. Okay. So yesterday we have performed, right? We have performed 3 transactions we have performed, right? So if I give here, similar. If I give 1st October, how many I'm saying here? 5 rows, right? Okay. So by using this user, we have not, before we not done any transaction. Okay. This is the only transaction we have done. So you will see 5. Okay. 5 rows you can see here. Everything. What purpose you have performed, everything you can see. The references. Okay. And I told you, right, how do we know this? This is in the back end, it will store all things with IDs only. Okay. IDs only. How do we know this is related to which transaction? Okay. What is the transaction type of this? How do we know? So you will be having a transaction type ID. Transaction type ID. See here. Transaction type ID. So again, the transaction types. You will have the table where MTL transaction MTL transactions types. Okay, MTL transaction types. This is the table. Okay, which will store you what is the transaction type name. Okay, if we go here, query this, you will be having a transaction type ID. Okay, so this is the transaction type ID. Okay, so why here it is showing like there are 2 transactions with the same transaction ID. Okay, the in case 242 and 32, right? Now query this table and give the transaction type ID here. Where transaction type ID equal to. So when you have multiple records, right?